When I was a kid, I remember walking to school practicing this game. When someone annoyed me, I'd imagine and I'd wonder what it would be like to be their mother. And I would practice switching backwards and forwards because the whole feelings would change. When I imagined I was their mother, I suddenly felt compassion towards them. I saw their strengths as well as what needed to be worked on, and I wanted them to succeed. And I used to find this amazing that I could flip back into myself and be just annoyed with them, and then flip out and pretend I was their mum, and all of a sudden want the best for them. And now, as I'm older, obviously, I realize the huge value in being able to change perspective like that. There's a Rebbetzin Yemima Mizrahi, talks about the idea that in Elul, we ask Hashem look at us with that renewed and fresh perspective, with beginner eyes, so to speak. So what's so difficult about this? It's not really difficult for God, it's more difficult for us. So am I really to believe, as the coming year is about to enter, that this year is going to be any different from last year? Will it be any different from the one before that? And every year I ask and say the same things, and it's not really so different. So why would I believe now, in the future, that this is going to be different? So yes, says Hashem, I want you to have beginner eyes. I want you to look at this coming year with a completely renewed and fresh perspective. And He's looking at us as if He's never seen us before, with fresh beginner eyes also. So what is the enemy of these beginner eyes, this fresh, renewed perspective? The answer is judgment. Not necessarily judgment of the past, but judgment of the future. It's not the set-in-stone visions of the things I did wrong earlier on and previously that keep us stuck and destroy our vision. It's the assumptions about the future. In Vayikra, it says, the Torah tells us we're not allowed to divine or engage in necromancy. We're not allowed to go to psychics. When Torah Jews are not allowed to go to fortune tellers. Why? A Jew may not tell fortunes. A Jew may not decide ahead of time what kind of year he or she will have, because everything is alul, possible in Elul. Everything is possible. Anything could happen, and you have to be open to that. So if we go to some sort of fortune teller, we might get set in stone about what the future's about. This is an incredible idea, to reapproach, reevaluate ourselves in the coming year with these fresh eyes, with these beginner eyes, change perspective. So how do I do that? What can I do right now in Elul? Three things, three suggestions. Number one, imagine that anything is possible. Be open to the idea, to the possibility. Number two, that Hashem can bring or do anything. And He's looking down on you right now as a loving parent would look at a child, even with all your mistakes. He wants you to succeed. Just imagine what that feels like, just for a few moments. Even every day, imagine it for a few seconds. And number three, choose to take on one practical thing that connects you more to God and others, and do that thing every day until Yom Kippur. These are three practical suggestions. We can discuss more tomorrow night, Tuesday night, at Sold, the Brownstone, 224 East 12th Street. Dinner's at 7:30, and I look forward to seeing you then.